Hello, everyone. We are going to be doing a fireside chat to show our support and solidarity with the Sterilization Packaging Manufacturers Council, or SPMC, which has founded a very special day called Sterile Packaging Day, which happens to be on March 10th. And to tell us more about what the SPMC is, and what the Sterile Packaging Day is, and more importantly, just to talk through what packaging means and its vital importance to the healthcare industry, we are extremely happy to have here with us today Jay Virgil and Brian Rosenberg. Brian is the CEO of Technipaq, and Jay is VP Marketing also in Technipaq. So a very warm welcome, Brian and Jay. Hope you're doing well. So I'm just going to kick this off by requesting you to please tell us a little bit more about SPMC, your involvement in it, and also please tell us a little bit about the Sterile Packaging Day. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Janani. Appreciate you taking the time to participate in this with us as well. So the SPMC, or Sterile Packaging Manufacturers Council, is a subcommittee of the overall FPA, which is a consortium or grouping of companies similar to ourselves that specialize in flexible packaging for single-use medical device, pharmaceuticals, diagnostics, and other medical-related products. So we've been a member of the SPMC for over 10 years now. And historically, the major role of the SPMC, the technical committee, has played a major factor in trying to develop and shape some of the standards, the ASTM test methods, and some of the areas that that play into the packaging overall and its effectiveness, as well as just provide awareness to folks out there, in the marketplace about what we do. And that's kind of what created, the Sterile Packaging Day. As a member of the marketing committee, Jay and the other folks, the other companies there, came up with the idea. I don't know if you want to touch on that a little bit,
Sure.
Jay, as far as kind of what Sterile Packaging Day is.
Yeah, so the marketing committee had the idea to come up with a Sterile Packaging Day, which, as you mentioned, was March 10th of this year. The first inaugural year. Really, it's at the heart of the Sterile Packaging Day is patient safety. And really what it comes down to is sometimes sterile packaging really is the silent hero behind the scenes with administering patient care. Be it a doctor, a nurse, EMT, or even, the patients themselves can deliver patient care. And really it comes down to sterile packaging being a fundamental part of that.
Absolutely, Jay. Thank you. And if we look at, in general, at least Tyvek was launched in this market in the 70s, and if one just looks at life expectancy, reduction in hospital-acquired infections, for example, there has thankfully been a good trend down. So people's lives are better, patients feel safer, healthcare workers feel safer. And this is, I genuinely believe, in large part due to the role of advances and innovations in packaging that have taken place over the last several decades. And Technipaq obviously has a very important role to play there. So could you talk about some of the advances and innovations that Technipaq has pioneered in this field? Like, help customers understand, as you correctly pointed out, packaging, it's something that everybody opens, and there seems to be more interest in what's inside the package, but not everyone realizes that a lot of care and science goes behind designing the right package to maintain device integrity. So could you please share a little bit about the technology that goes behind designing Technipaq packaging?
Sure. So, as you said, there's actually, our place kind of in the overall supply chain, if you will, is to really partner with our customers, the device manufacturers that are out there, and really look at, creating the best possible package for, whatever the device may be. So we look at what the sterilization needs may be for that device. We look at any other potential needs for that device, shelf life, puncture resistance, moisture and oxygen barriers. And really what we're doing is assessing what the overall best packaging solution for that device to be able to survive its distribution or life cycle and ensure that it's going to reach the patient or the end user in a sterile manner, in a safe manner, whether that's the operating field, the ambulance or the doctor's office. So it's really utilizing or kind of leveraging our improvements over the years. So we've seen Technipaq was founded over 35 years ago, and thankfully we've been partnered with companies like yourself that have great technology. But as we've seen the equipment and the processes improve, quality of materials improve, it's only enabled us to provide a better, safer, more consistent product to the end user. And we can leverage the science and technology of materials like DuPont Tyvek, like the improvements in polyethylene. We saw a shift many years ago from the requirement of coated Tyvek to uncoated Tyvek. In other areas as well, we've seen films that have become stronger, more pliable, for the design of header bags to reduce pinholes, things of that nature. So as the science of materials has improved over the years and as our equipment has improved, the process stability has improved, it's only led to better and better products for the end user. And I think that is bolstered by some of the information you just shared there, that we really have seen probably over the 30+ year history of our company, in the 50+ years of DuPont Tyvek. I think we've really seen significant reduction in some of those patient infections and things of those natures. So we're proud. We've always been, since the inception of our company 30 years ago, heavily involved in the medical area. It's always been 90+% of our market, and we've always been proud to kind of be an integral part in that supply chain, as far as designing and creating those packages that help to ensure that patient safety in the long run. So
yeah, thank you, Brian. Those are excellent points, because each and everything that you mentioned, whether whether it's sealing strength, coating, not coating, designing the appropriate package to meet the specific device need and also the sterilization need, it is really a combination of all the science that translates into peace of mind for the patient and for the healthcare workers. So speaking of patients and healthcare workers, obviously we've been living through this pandemic over the last year. Could you and Jay weigh in a little bit on like the factor, the reliability factor? We need packaging to make sure that medical devices are safe. So could you please talk a little bit more about what reliability means to you, whether it's in the supply chain or whether anywhere else?
Sure. Yeah. So I think now more than ever, as you indicated, with the pandemic, I think it's really brought frontline healthcare workers, patient safety, contamination really to the forefront, and has really kind of put a spotlight on it. So as we look at reliability, I think and especially for most of our customers and really for the end user, the patient, we're really looking at making sure that 100% of those devices that reach the marketplace, whether it's the basic wound care, a swab for diagnostic testing, or something that's going to be used in maybe an advanced surgical procedure, does get there intact, with the sterile barrier intact, and is able to function as its intended use, for our customers, the device manufacturer. But moreover, as you said, really trying to ensure the safety of the healthcare worker that's handling and using that, and the end user patient that's using that device. So really, at the end of the day, the reliability is just, that same, kind of guarantee that, that device is going to be presented in the manner it was supposed to and be safe for use, for the patient at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think that circles back to the peace of mind kind of thing. So if it's you or a loved one that's ever, have to go in for a procedure, your focus is on, successful procedure and recovery and outcome. And that's where it is. Sterile packaging is kind of that unsung hero or in the background. Hopefully it's a non-issue, and you don't even have to think about that, really.
Yeah, a lot of folks, I think, have the focus historically has been on the device itself. And when you look at that, there's obviously a lot of great science, a lot of great technology. Our customers, those are all the folks that we work with on a daily basis, and they're truly, we've seen incredible advancements in the types of devices and medical procedures that are available. But at the end of the day, I think people have overlooked the fact that that has to reach its final use or point of use, protected and sterile in order to truly be effective. So that's really, as you kind of say, the packaging tends to be an afterthought in some cases, but in reality, it's truly what's ensuring the safety of that device and the use of that device when it truly gets to the point of use. So.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Jay. Yeah, I mean, extremely well said. Thank you. I mean, it's definitely an emotional time for many families out there through this pandemic, and everyone is trying to stay safe and stay healthy. So yeah, I mean, if next time whoever's listening to this, if they we never wish for them to, but if they do need to visit a hospital, then hopefully we can think a little bit more about, yes, we should think about the healthcare workers and the devices, but maybe we should also think just a little bit about the packaging science that has gone behind protecting those devices, and all the thought that has been put inside it, so that the users and the receivers of the care don't have to think about packaging. So thank you again. This was a very, very insightful discussion for me. I learned a lot, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janani. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.